So much, Greg. We're keeping up with our team coverage tracking this storm. We have crews around the West Coast tracking what storm surge and flooding Debby is bringing to our coastal neighborhoods.
Lots of areas that are prone to flooding have been seeing rising water levels as the heavy rain is combined with times of high tide. Wink News reporter Jillian Haggerty is on Fort Myers Beach near Margaritaville and Times Square. Jillian, you're seeing a lot of standing water and wind there. How's the area holding up?
Yeah, here on Fort Myers Beach, we've seen a lot of flooding, high winds, and even some storm surge earlier today. But as of right now, the only thing that's been pretty consistent is this wind. If you take a look over here, you'll be able to see the palm trees that are still moving, and it's looked like this all day. And I also got to speak with LCSO and the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, Dan Allers, and other people who were trying to leave the island, and this is what they told me. Storm surge, high winds, and flooding across Fort Myers Beach during Tropical Storm Debby on Sunday. Those who live in Fort Myers Beach were curious about what the water looked like and explained to me the conditions they experienced.
We're walking the beach, but it was very windy and rough out there. The wind and the waves is kind of big for me. Not a big ocean guy.
And they said the waves were looking scarier than a normal Florida beach day.
Yeah, I've never seen waves this big here. They're a lot bigger than they usually are. So.
With all the flooding and winds, Lee County Sheriff's Office was monitoring Fort Myers Beach all day. I spoke with Sheriff Carmine Mercino, who referred to Fort Myers as Ground Zero and kept an extra eye on the island.
Before the storm, we deployed all our assets. Obviously, with previous storms, we know the spots that have more issues and more problems. So we deploy those assets accordingly. Fort Myers Beach being like ground zero.
I also spoke with the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, Dan Allers, and he told me he even had a tough time getting around the island with all the flooded streets.
I would say some places it was 2 to 3 feet in flooding down in the old San Carlos area down by Bayside Park. It's starting to recede now, which is great. Looks like the worst is behind us. We're just waiting for tide to go down now to make sure that we can get this water off the island and see exactly what we have to clean up.
Now, I did ask LCSO when they think the cleanup process will start, and they told me they're going to wait until the storm fully passes, but for now they're just going to continue monitoring everywhere to make sure that everyone stays safe. Reporting live on Fort Myers Beach, Jillian Haggerty, Wink News.